Mazes are everywhere. From those squiggly worksheets they handed out in kindergarten, to video games, supermarkets, and popular culture. Heck, there are even competitions out there where people build maze-solving robots just so you can get the fastest time. Nowadays, numerous maze-solving techniques exist to crack these pesky puzzles, from rules as simple as keeping your right hand along one wall, to complex algorithms that involve recursion. But what if we let evolution take the wheel? Today, we're going to be teaching a bunch of digital organisms how to navigate a maze, not by giving them set instructions, but by letting them compete, mutate, and evolve their way to the finish line to find out if natural selection can solve a maze. Welcome to the world of genetic algorithms, survival of the fittest, one generation at a time. Before we can start creating our genetic agents, we first need a maze to imprison them in. To do this, I used a recursive backtracking technique to carve out paths in random directions to generate a maze with only one solution, starting at the top left corner and ending at the top right corner. With only one way out, escape is a little difficult, but hey, I'm not the one stuck in the maze. With that out of the way, we can finally begin to create our perfect maze-solving specimen and satisfy our secret god complexes. In honor of Primer's evolution videos, let's call our agents Blobs, but without the L. So just Bob. You know, like a fishing bob that floats up and down in the water. Every genetic Bob starts with a DNA sequence just like real-life organisms, except instead of nucleotide bases, we have a list of directions, either up, down, left, or right, acting as a set of instructions for our Bobs to follow. Each Bob follows its DNA instructions until the end of the sequence, at which point we determine the Bob's fitness, assigning a score to how well it did in its lifetime. For this project, I took into account 3 factors when calculating the fitness score. Firstly, the Manhattan distance to the end of the maze, which tells us how close the Bob got to the goal. Secondly, the amount of loopbacks in the Bob's route, which penalizes the Bob for going backwards to discourage undoing its own progress. And finally, the amount of times the Bob hit a wall, which we also penalize the Bob for because that's stupid and also inefficient. Once all of the fitness values of one generation have been calculated, we pick out the top agents in that generation, say top 10%, and randomly breed them to form the next generation. For any 2 Bobs, the offspring inherits some DNA from both of its parents. I used a single point crossover, where a random pivot is chosen along the DNA sequence, and the left half of one parent's DNA and the right half of the other is merged to form the child's DNA. Of course, we also have to introduce some random mutations to make sure we have genetic diversity, so every once in a while, say 5% of the time, one direction in the sequence will be swapped out for another random direction. We also keep a few elite Bobs from every generation that continue on to the next, so as to commemorate the great leaders and heroes of the past by expanding their lifespan just a little bit. With the rules and genetic stage set, it's time for evolution. Alright, here we go, Generation 0. Starting out pretty slow, as expected. Look at all these brainless Bobs slamming into the dead end like there's something to see there. They probably think you can dig through walls. But wait, we do have a lone wolf knowing exactly what it's doing. Now I'm starting to suspect that it's done it before. Oh, never mind, it's going the wrong way. Yeah, I thought it was onto something. It's just random chance, you know, like the whole infinite monkeys writing Shakespeare type deal. By Generation 1, we're already seeing some herd movements here as the Blobs learn to navigate the turns a little better. Still not quite there yet, but there's more Blobs getting to the bottom regions here. Hold on, holy crap. In just one generation, we have our first escapee. Congratulations. What can I say? It's all in the genes. Alright, by Generation 2, we're starting to see some more promising prospects out here. Less agents running to the crevice, the majority are starting to make their way down the Bobian Strait. And looks like our leader brought along some companions because now we got a whole group moving toward the exit. Let's see if they can make it. we are seeing a huge increase in average fitness here in Generation 10 with a whopping 5,181 point increase since Generation 2. And it also looks like most Bobs have realized that you can't dig through walls, and they've stopped slamming to that dead end there like idiots. They're also moving more as a pack, with our fearless explorer leading his people across uncharted territory all the way through the Great Bend to the end. The Bobs pretty much got this whole group migration thing nailed down by Generation 20. Even the less intelligent members of the community are finally making it out of spawn, and more Bobs are managing to escape this godforsaken prison that we put them in. We are witnessing another great breakthrough in Bobian technology as average fitness climbs to 7777 in Generation 50. Natural selection has pretty much run its course in producing hyper-trained maze navigators here. Almost 3/4 of the Bob population have managed to find their way to the light. And to the few left behind, womp womp, I guess. And the final generation, Generation 99. I don't think I even need to commentate on this one. These Blobs know exactly what they're doing. Don't tell them this, but the end is actually connected to another maze. Jokes aside, what's immediately noticeable is that with each generation, the fitness got better and better, meaning the average Bob ventured closer to the end of the maze with less moves and less loopbacks. Generation 0 consisted entirely of random DNA sequences, which still somehow produced a Bob that could get 3/4 of the way to the end. I have no clue how that happened. But that makes sense, because random chance events like these are what propagate evolution forward. With the help of that Super Bob's DNA passed on to future generations, most Bobs could reach the end by Generation 2. And by Generation 99, 80% of the Bobs could reach the finish line. Even with the jitter in fitness in later populations, the average fitness still trended upward across all 100 generations. Also, if we take a look at all 7 generation samples overlaid on top of each other, something else is noticeable. The Bobs traveled in bigger herds in later generations compared to the turbulent scattering in early generations, meaning that they refined the technique of maze solving with subsequent generations, syncing their move sequences driven by similar DNA patterns that they got from their parents. Something else I found interesting is that genetic maze solving, particularly the first few generations, looks exactly like the process of diffusion, when gases and liquids spread out to fill a space moving from high to low concentration. And then when I thought about it some more, I realized that Generation 0 is just diffusion. We placed a bunch of Bobs, or particles, in a confined space with completely random move sequences, equivalent to Brownian motion, and let them move around and redistribute. The key difference is that while diffusion is completely driven by random movements, ours is more precise and guided by a smarter algorithm because of gene and evolution mechanisms, which allowed our model to go against the principles of entropy and diffusion in later generations as the Bobs traveled together. So that's that. Genetic algorithms for you. Does it work 100% of the time on every maze? No. Is it more efficient than conventional pathfinding algorithms? Probably not. But is it the coolest method? Hell yeah. It's crazy that such a general rule set combining computers with biological processes can solve puzzles like mazes, let alone other complex tasks like playing chess and operating robots. And it was definitely an experience for me debugging this whole thing and trying to get it to work by plugging in random numbers. It was worse than that time when I trained a neural network on Scratch. But I'd say it turned out fairly decent in the end. Of course, there's always room for improvement here. Maybe eliminating the jittering by weighing wall hits and loop penalties more heavily in the fitness function, or running across more generations to really refine the agent path. If you're curious, here's the settings file where we can roleplay as God and change various parameters that control our maze evolution. The link to the project will be available in the description below on GitHub, so take a look, play around with it if you're interested, and let me know if you find ways to make it more efficient. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know in the comments below if you have any ideas for future videos, and like and subscribe for more. If this video does well, maybe I'll give these genetic algorithms another go in other kinds of puzzle scenarios and games. But in the meantime, thank you for tuning in, good luck, have fun, and I'll see you soon. Bye!